Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jai Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnava ki Jai, Jai Gaur Premanandi. Which verse is that? Is it 50? 63. 63. Okay, so it's wrong here. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So we are reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, 6th canto, chapter 1, text number 63. The history of the life of Ajamila. Tan nimitas maravyaja graha grasto vicetana tam eva manasadhyayan swadharmat viraramaha tan nimitas maravyaja graha grasto vicetana tam eva manasadhyayan swadharmat viraramaha tan nimitas maravyaja graha grasto vicetana tam eva manasadhyayan swadharmat viraramaha. Anybody? Tannimitas maravyaja graha grasto vicetana tam eva manasadhyayan swadharmat viraramaha. Tannimitas maravyaja graha grasto vicetana tam eva manasadhyayan swadharmat viraramaha. Mataji? Tannimitas maravyaja Grahakasto vichetana Taneva Sanasatyaya Sadharma Viraramaha Tan Nimita caused by the sight of her Smara Vyaja taking advantage of her always being caught by an eclipse, Vichetana, having completely forgotten his real position, her, Eva, certainly, Manasa, by the mind, Dhyayan, meditating upon Swadharmat from the regulative principles executed by Brahmana. Viraramaha. He completely sees. Translation. In the same way that the sun and the moon are eclipsed by the low planet, the Brahmana lost all his good senses. Taking advantage of the situation, he always thought of the prostitute, and within a short time, he took her as a servant in his house and abandoned all the regulative principle of the Brahmana. Purport. By speaking these words, Sukadev Goswami wants to impress upon the mind of the readers that Ajamil's exalted position as a Brahmana was vanquished by his association with a prostitute. So much so that he forgot all the Brahminical activities. Nevertheless, at the end of his life, by chanting the 4 syllables of the name of Narayan, he was saved from the greatest danger of falling down. Swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even a little devotional service can save one from the greatest danger. Devotional service, which begins with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is so powerful that even if one falls down from the exalted positions of the Brahmana through sexual indulgence, he can be saved from all calamities if he somehow or other chants the holy name of the Lord. That is the extraordinary power of the holy names. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, it is advised that one not forget the chanting of the holy name even for a moment. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantas chatrida vrata. There are so many dangers in the material world that one may fall down from the exalted position at any time. Yet, if one keep himself always pure and steady chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, he will be saved without a doubt. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanandanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pastyatyadesh Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Udiraye Nasta Praishwa Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Bhakti Bhavati Nestaki. So we are continuing reading from the pastime of Ajamila. So this is a position exactly showing when he fell down. The point when he started falling down, when he was meditating about the person to whom he was thinking. And yesterday verse that he was victimized when he saw the encounter between the man and the prostitute. But later on, when Ajamil was thinking, now he started meditating about the prostitute. So this is a point of fall down, So he was thinking about the prostitute, and actually he obtained that. He, somehow or other, he was successful. So it was very unfortunate situation, because a brahmana is supposed to have all the good qualities, sama dhamma tapa socham, cleanliness. But to be with a prostitute, you lose all the sense of cleanliness. It's so much dirty within and without, inside and outside. To be with a prostitute, you are completely, disgusting, and it's so much contamination. The mind cannot escape. Even you can take bath, but the mind is thinking. So in the Bhagavad Gita, it describes when the point how the karma work. Dhyato visayopamsa. When one meditates about the object of the senses, one develop attachment, and from attachment, lust develop. So this is a process exactly because he was meditating, about the prostitute. And that's the important things, whatever you think and one way to obtain. And Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavan said, yam yam vapis manam bhavam tajantyante kalevaram tam tamivati kunti asadata bhava bhavita. At the time of death, whatever state you are thinking, you will obtain without doubt. So this is a process. Everybody is thinking something, they're meditating to accomplish their goal, So the karma is day and night they're working hard just to fulfill the demand or to extend that family demand, Prabhupada says that selfish is also extended family, and this can be expanded into nation, So this idea of I, to enjoy, and the propensity, this is basically the karmic work, thinking of I, how to satisfy my senses and my family extended, and sometimes it's a country, So this is a way material life work, So this is basically karmis, and the gyanis somehow or other they have understood that I'm not the body, I'm the spirit, But still somehow or other they have a motive, and they want to be merged with the Brahman, And the yogis, they're after siddhis, And that's why Chaitanya Charitamrita describes Bhukti Siddhi Kami Akalya Santa Krishna Bhakta Niskam Sadheva Santa. So they are always asanta, they are not peaceful, because Bhukti Siddhi Kami, they are after something. Whereas Krishna Bhakti Niskam, without material desire, and that's why he's always peaceful. And that peaceful situation is Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasochati Nakamshati Sama Sarvesu Bhutesu Madbhaktalavati Param. So when one is become self-realized, understanding I'm the spirit soul, he has nothing to hanker. Everybody is after hankering something. And when you don't have anything, what to lament? When people they get frustrated, and they lament. So this material world, everybody is hankering and lamenting. So this hankering, lamenting is going on. And if there's anything in this world, why is there so many calamities? Why is there so many problems? Because everybody wants something. And when you don't get it, you lament. And because of that, there's war, there's problem, different kinds of problem arise because of the demand of our senses or because of fear factor. So, in the beginning of this chapter, we understand that, Parikshit Maharaj asks questions to Sukadeva Goswami, and how one can save from falling down, going to the hell. Because in the end of the 6th chapter, Srila Sukadeva Goswami elaborately described different kind of hell. And those who are sinful persons, they have to go through this. So the compassion arises within the heart of Parikshit Maharaj, and he asks a question to Srila Sukadeva Goswami: how people can be saved from not going to the hell? So this is the beginning of 5th canto. Is started from these questions. The 5th canto is started from the questions of Parikshit Maharaj, and how one can save from gliding down toward the hell. Because Vaishnava is always compassion, to the fallen conditioned soul. He's a well-wisher. And this question raised, and then Sukadeva Goswami, he just said, oh king. Sorry? If somebody, before his death arrives, one has to, to do atonement. And by doing atonement, then he can be saved. Otherwise, one will go to hell. And then Parikshit Maharaj rejected this proposal. He said, somehow or other, if somebody atoned for his sin, but we see we will commit again the same offenses. So what is the use of this atonement? Because he himself was a king, he was giving punishment to the people. And he knows that many people who commit the crime, they do again the same crime. So this doesn't really work. And Parikshit Maharaj rejected this proposal. And then Sukadeva Goswami said, yes, then one had to cultivate knowledge. And he had to do austerities. And by following the regulative principle, then he may escape from that. And this proposal was also rejected by Sukadeva Goswami and by Parikshit Maharaj. He said, well, it is just like that when one is clean, he's free from the sinful, but the root is still on the ground. And it's just like, I don't know if you know sugarcane, how they harvest sugarcane. In my country, we have so much sugarcane field. So before the harvesting, they set fire on the whole field. So it's burned, everything is burned. And then it's easier to cut the sugarcane. And after some time, it's grow again, even though it was burned completely to ashes. So the root, it is still there, so the root is grow again. And this is the things, when the propensity to commit sinful act, it is on the ground, it doesn't uproot it. The process of jnana. So this proposal was also rejected by Sukadeva and by Parikshit Maharaj. And then Sukadeva Goswami described about the bhakti, the devotional service. And devotional service started by chanting the holy name. And this is so much powerful. It's very, very powerful. It's uprooted from the ground, and there's no chance to spread all over. So the heart, the propensity to commit sinful activities is gone forever. It's just like the mustard seed is roasted, you fry, and the seed have no chance to germinate again. That's nectar of devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami described. All the bija, all the seed of sinful activity is completely eradicated. Usually we don't know, it's so much sinful activities at different stage. When one is the fruit, when one suffer our sinful activities, when the fruit is ripened, and sometimes it takes time, and sometimes it is a seedling state, is unmanifested state. So in the heart, the desire to enjoy is an unlimited amount we don't know. So when one suffers, that's the actual result of sinful activities. But does that mean the sinful activity is not there in the heart? It is there, and sometimes it's not yet manifested, and sometimes it's in a seedling state. So all this can be eradicated by chanting the holy name. So this is chanting is not ordinary things. Maybe we may not realize that, but it's so much powerful. And the ultimate result of the chanting the holy name is to obtain the love of Godhead. And the chanting also has different stage. Chanting the holy name with the offenses, and the clearing stage, and the last stage is prema bhakti. And that's a gift Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to give to all conditioned soul. And Srila Rupa Goswami, when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratuze Namaha. You have appeared, your most magnificent incarnation, and to give Krishna Prema. That is the goal of chanting the holy name. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he distributed it all over while he was traveling to South India or any places. Immediately when people hear Mahaprabhu, all the state of chanting was transcended and immediately came to the prema bhakti. Immediately got the result of chanting the holy name in the prema. And immediately what happens, the symptom, if one gets the love of God, and the bodily symptoms start crying, palpitation, the hair start going, up, and there's all the symptom, the bodily symptom. That's a perfect chanting. When one tasting the holy name, one can get that result. And that's the ultimate goal of chanting the holy name. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was distributing everywhere. And immediately when people was traveling, when here Mahaprabhu, immediately they had all the symptoms. And these people, they was chanting and they was contaminating other people, the same thing. That was the effect of pure chanting the holy name. So yesterday somebody asked, why Mahaprabhu was, distributing, the chanting was going on at Srivas Thakur home, when at the night when the door was locked and nobody was allowed. And this went for 1 year practically. And Mahaprabhu, he wanted to taste this chanting the holy name, pure love of God, and among those devotees who are free from any kind of fruitive activities or gyan, there were Nitya Siddha Bhaktas. So the Nitya Siddha Bhakta, so they was enjoying the taste of the holy name. And that went for 1 year. And then Advaita Acharya, he said, and many people was complaining first. They wanted to join. All the Bhakti, Siddhi, Kami, everybody wanted to join. And they was speculating what they're doing. The closed door, there must be some kind of illicit activities going on in the house. They was speculating all the time. And even if one time a Brahmana came, he was just consuming milk and fruit. He wanted to join the party. Somehow or other, he spoke to Srivas Thakur, and then Srivas Thakur proposed to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is a pure Brahmana, he's sinless, and can he be allowed in the chanting the holy name? Mahaprabhu said, no. Do you think just by drinking milk and eating fruit, you can get love of Godhead? This is not cheap things. It's the most precious things. Do you think you can get actual love of Godhead just by being pure, mode of goodness? This is also not the qualification. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was adamant. Even Srivas Thakur, his mother-in-law, she was hiding. She was hiding. She wanted to hear the holy name. And she hid herself in the house. And the kirtan was going on. And Mahaprabhu says, something is missing here. Why I'm not feeling the ecstatic of the holy name? There must be intruder here in the house. And they was looking, and then they saw this old lady, and Srivas Thakur chasing her, said, get out from here, you cannot be here. So the karma is also, many people wanted. Some they were disappointed, and some others they did conspiracy things, They do offenses against Srivas Thakur. This Chapal Gopal, he brought all kind of Durga Puja, offering to the Devi, wine, meat, and put it in front of the house of Srivas Thakur. Just wanted to blame Srivas Thakur. Actually, they are the Shaktas, the devotee of Durga. And Srivas Thakur say, I'm offender. You see, I'm not a Vaishnava, I'm a Shaktas, So in this way, there was so many speculation going on. And some of the Brahmana, smartas, they complained to the Kazi, look, Nima, this kind of new religion has come in our hometown. And what is this chanting going on whole day? So they complained to the government. And the government officers, they came and, they warned Srivas Thakur, stop this Sankirtan. Otherwise, we will convert you to Muslim. And Srivas Thakur, he was so much concerned to the Vaishnavas and he started praying his Sila, Nrsinga Sila. And while he was praying to Lord Nrsinga Dev, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was at his home and he ran out. He was in the mood of Nrsinga, and he came and he came straight to Srivas Thakur, say, why you're calling me? So now I'm here, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the mood of Nrsinga Dev. And he was so furious. And Srivas Thakur said, Prabhuji, please come down. He said, you call me. He said, I will kill all the Malechas now. I will kill them all. So in this way, Srivas Thakur calmed down to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, he said, now the Sankirtan should go outside. You remember that on the request of Advaita Acharya, Mahaprabhu came. And now, on the request of Advaita Acharya, he said, go and distribute his holy name. So I said, yes, we will do that. And then there was a protestation against the holy name. And Mahaprabhu took all the devotees, assembled all the devotees, they started doing the Nagar Kirtan. And some devotee asked, how we do this Nagar Kirtan? He says, it's very simple. We chant Hare Hare Nama Krishna, Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda, Ramsi Madhusudan. This is a holy name. And then we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So in this way, the Sankirtan is left Srivas Thakur home and he start taking the street. So this chanting is going on and it's so powerful. And it can clear away all our fructive desire, and that is stopping us, to taste the holy name. So this has to be cleansed, the fructive desire to enjoy material life or to obtain the speculative jnani, that they want to be one with the Lord, because there's no hope for tasting the holy name. If you have that any material desire within the heart, and if you have any kind of desire to be one with the Supreme, there is no chance to taste the holy name, to taste the prema, and the prema bhakti, it's manifest the fruit of prema bhakti is only in devotional service, in the dasya ras, in sakya ras, in vatsalya ras and madhurya ras, we can taste that nectar. Whereas other people, they will not able to taste because the goal is different. Their goal is different. And the Gyani, he wanted to be merged with one with the Brahman, and the yogi, he want to get the siddhi. So this is not the result. And Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur said, those who are after fructive result is just like, the sky in the air, pushpa, viman, this is a this is a, how you call it, a castle, and those who are, after fructive result and are swollen by the ghost, they're hunted by a ghost, because they lose the opportunity to understand that you are a servant of Krishna. And those who are yogi, they restrict the senses. They follow, just to control the senses. They do all kind of, yogi process. But for the devotee, the senses is becoming automatically, is that like a snake. The snake, if you break the teeth, but the poisonous teeth, there's no chance that, you will become a victim. So devotee become automatically sense control by practicing bhakti yoga, So where the others, it's not possible. So there's bhakti siddhi kami akaliya santa Krishna bhakta niskam deva santa. So this is the process of Krishna consciousness. So Ajamil, we can see that he become a victim of Maya, and so much so you will go on. It will describe what kind of sinful activity he was doing, just to maintain his family members. So by chanting the holy name of Narayan at the time of death, and he was able to free himself, from all the trouble. Even so, he was chanting, unknowingly. So this is the power of chanting the holy name. And there's so many examples in the Puranas, in the life of great person, whatever they had, and by chanting the holy name, they become purified so much so, all the, sinful activities completely burn out, in Chaitanya Charitamrita described the history of Meghari. The Meghari, the hunter, he was having pleasure of killing animal, and Narad Muni, he said, why you want to, and the way he was killing, not fully, he wanted to see the animal die slowly, painfully. So he was having some kind of pleasure. So Narad Muni said, if you want to kill, better kill him directly. Why let him die, half died, and then they died? In this way you will suffer. And then Narad Muni gave him the instruction, if you want to free from the sinful life, otherwise you have to pay, you have to go to hell. And then he told him to chant the holy name and give up all your bow. First of all, he told him to break his bow. And then, he said, don't worry about your maintenance, Krishna will provide, So somehow, as this hunter, he became a great devotee, and people always bring some kind of, fruit or, vegetable, and he was maintaining Krishna, And one day, Narad Muni came, which is another Muni, and when he saw his Guru Maharaj, he was trying to come, and there was some ant on the road, and he was not walking properly, and he was cleaning the ant that he did not step on the ant. And in this way, a person can become free from all sinful and become, develop all the good qualities. So this is required, So we are chanting the holy name. We are, Maharaj was telling yesterday how the powerful the Sankirtan is. It's not only for individual. It's just to distribute to all the fallen conditioned soul. Anybody, even a person is smile positively, give a sign, and that will have the effect. We don't know how it will work, but that's the miracle. So this is very miracle. and in this way people can purify and it's real revolution. This is a real revolution, Krishna consciousness. So we may not realize it, but as soon as we grow progressively, then we see the result. Because ourselves we are contaminated by the desire of fructive result and speculative knowledge. And we are working in our own sadhana, in our own field. We try to purify, and then hopefully one day we will be able to, to taste the real nectar of love of Godhead that will manifest in the heart. Thank you very much. Anything, any comment, please? Yes, Prabhu.
So how can one know on which stage of chanting he is? How we can realize it?
Yeah, you have to be honest yourself. First of all, you will see, when you don't have that desire to enjoy fructive result is diminishing, then automatically you become more and more attracted to the holy name or Krishna consciousness. The desire is go away. So we are working on our desires, our fructive results and speculative knowledge, and that's called Mishra. And it's free, then it becomes pure. So everybody in different stage, progressive, and we work honestly, and we will know. You will notice it. And Rupa Goswami has given, instruction that if you follow this principle correctly, you will get the result without a doubt. All right. Hare Krishna. Gandhara Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada